Alright, boo. You gotta listen to this. I mean, you don't have to. You can if you want to. But there's something I want to share to speak the truth to you, boo-boo. And that is, little do you know, every single day, we give our personal power away by having too much expectations. But did you know, boo-boo, did you know that with no expectations equals freedom? Did you know that? Well, if you didn't know, stay tuned to the very end because I'm going to be sharing with you today the understanding of why we have so much expectations as a human, and an understanding not having expectations keeps us in our spirit in order to feel free in this life and to create boundaries in order to do so. What's up, boo-boo? Welcome back to another episode on Embracing the Ascension series. Anywho, where was I? If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Brittny Fontanez, and what I do on this channel, I speak about spirituality, emotional awareness, esoteric content, all that good cosmic wisdom to simplify your spiritual journey, boo. I'm in this mood today where I'm just fully embracing my spirit. So, things are about to get more deeper. Things are about to get more real on this channel. Your homegirl is soon going to start doing tarot readings, that shit. I mean, I do it personally on the side for people, but I mean on YouTube and that shit. I'm just so excited for it that I'm gonna let you guys know when it happens. But other than that, you beautiful beings, welcome back to another episode. If you enjoy content just like this that simplifies your spiritual journey, hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and also hit that notification button so you won't miss out on any videos. And lastly, follow me on Instagram as I post daily for your betterment and upliftment, so you can walk on your spiritual journey with more enlightenment, unconditional love for who you are. Also, if you are looking for services, personal services as in tarot card readings or spiritual guidance, or needing some healing, or needing just someone to talk to, your homegirl got her services. The link will be in the description below this video. And also, just to let you know, I do 30-minute donation based sessions if just for people who don't have the money but do need someone to talk to. Your girl's here. Just know there's only love for you here. No judgment. None of that shit. I don't tolerate it. I don't tolerate that hatred. But anyway, let me get my notepad that I dropped. But today, you beautiful beings, stay there. I want to discuss something immensely important. I wouldn't even say important. It's been brought to my attention for these past few weeks, especially during this whole year, since this whole year is all about shadow work. It's all about shadow work. If you don't know what shadow work is, it's pretty much just going to the depths and the darkest parts of your own soul and figuring out what it is that holds you back. Pretty much the dark aspect of yourself. Pretty much like if you got a lot of love for someone but too much love with no boundaries, that's codependency. That's a shadow that needs to be healed. Hence, something to work on, shadow work. But today I want to discuss the understanding of having no expectations within life. And why is that so important? It's so vital because even in my own experience, I grew up having two parents who were so freaking controlling. And when you grow up into an atmosphere or in a conditioning, getting chills, see, confirmation. When you grow up into an atmosphere where there's so much control, it turns out to be an issue because you don't allow life to flow. You don't allow what God wants to express to you. Little do you know, everything that you expect from life is so small compared to what the universe has for you, divinely meant for you. So today I want to dive deep in understanding why we have so much expectations as humans. And the reason why we have so much expectations as human is, one, like, we think we're human. We're not just human, we're spiritual beings residing in a human body. But we have been taught that the more control that we have, the more that we feel we have power over things and people. But that is so false. We have been brought into a paradigm where control is life. You see it at work, where the boss loves to be controlling, knowing that they're pretty toxic, knowing that they're pretty corrupt. You got people in relationships. For me, for instance, I used to be a control freak in relationships, and little did I know that I was destroying even my own personal relationships because I try to control them so much. And there's only so much you can do. There's only so much you can do. And the reason why we have so much expectations as human is because we feel entitled to things that we don't have control over, that aren't even ours. See, we are visitors on this planet. We don't own anything. There is a difference between having expectations and believing that you deserve more, and compared to thinking that you're entitled to everything and anything that you want. So now that we got that over with, what does it feel like, before we get into the how, what does it feel like of having no expectations, meaning equal freedom? It means that you allow the universe to flow. You have compassion for yourself and your journey, meaning your elevation, your progress. You start to realize that when you allow worry and grief and fear and sadness and all of the old things, all of the things you know don't serve your being, when you allow that to lay at rest and you just allow life to show you what it wants to show you, you'll be very surprised at what it gives to you. Now, I want to dive deep. Let's get a little deeper. Let me get my notepad. Now, the reason why I add boundaries is because we need to learn how to have boundaries, even for ourselves. When we think that we need to control everything and everyone outside of us, it means we lack control within ourselves. So when we allow ourselves to go within and see what it is that we don't have control over ourselves, that's when we need to start creating boundaries. And I wrote these down because your homegirl can't remember shit. But anywho, the first one on having boundaries, to allow yourself freedom and to allow the universe to just be and show you what is divinely meant for you. One is that having discernment against your toxic ego and your healthy ego. What does that even mean? Well, one thing I want to explain to you, you can never get rid of your ego. So if you're trying to get rid of your ego, there's no point of existing. Let's just be real honest. But there's a difference. Toxic ego, for example, is trying to control everything. You've got control issues, boo-boo. If you haven't checked out my latest video, not the last one, the one before that one about control freaks, chill the fuck out, I'll put that up there. I'll put that at the end of this video. I really highly suggest that you go watch that. But the toxic ego is pretty much your masculine, ruling, taking too much control, always taking action, never allowing yourself to rest. And little do you know, rest is flow, and flow allows life to just be and allow yourself to be. We're too hard on ourselves, to the point that we allow our fears, we allow that internal negative voice to tell us we're not good enough, we got to try harder, and then we try too hard, to the point that we don't feel good enough and we don't celebrate our little wins. How we are supposed to have big wins if we don't celebrate our little wins? So that is the toxic ego. The toxic ego never feels like anything is enough. It's not satisfied. Now, the healthy ego. The healthy ego helps so much without having expectation, because it's literally like the law of attraction. As much as I don't really like talking about manifesting a lot, but it's literally like manifesting. It's like you ask the universe what you want, you take inspired action, and do-di-da-day, go about your day. That's how it usually is. So the healthy ego is all about taking those ideas, taking that cosmic intelligence that's been given to you in order to create something and to move it through your body to create energy, so you can take that inspired action and therefore allow it to flow, allow it to be. Don't have too much control over it. You don't even want to think about it, because you know your toxic ego will get in the way and try to ruin it, try to ruin the thought patterns. But when you allow the healthy ego, what is the healthy ego? The healthy ego is all about having compassion for self, understanding that you can shut off your mind. Your mind is meant to be a servant. It's not meant to be the ruler. So when you can just allow yourself to feel love, when you can allow yourself to say, I am good enough. I did what I needed to do today. That is good enough. I am good enough. I am worthy to just be free, not to worry, not to stress, because all of that just stems from fear. And the healthy ego is not about fear. It's about understanding that everything is meant to be the way that it is. It's all about acceptance. It's all about surrendering. It's all about love. That is the feminine side. So you got to have discernment with toxic ego, which could be your masculine, overruling too much over your feminine. It's about balance, you guys. It's about understanding harmony within self, because we need both of these sides in order for us to feel free emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and hence physically. So that is a boundary. Is how can I explain much more clearly about a boundary? Anytime you get a negative thought, don't try to replace it. Accept it the way that it is, but understand it's not who you are. You have an observer within you that is behind all those thoughts. That is your inner being that literally is just observing everything. It's not anything. Having expectations, you guys, is attachment. That's just plain and simple. So, and then having the discernment to realize those thoughts, you will be able to be clear and open to see, okay, which thoughts do I want to choose rather than having thoughts rule me. Hence, you're not having expectations of what's good or bad. You're just simply allowing things to be and you feel free. That shit free, bro. So the same way with love. Love is free. The second, this one, like I just said, being too hard on yourself. You know, when we're too hard on ourselves, we don't see the goodness within ourselves. We have so much expectations, especially on the to-do list. Like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Little do you know, when you have too much expectations for yourself on everything that you need to get done, you never really get anything done. So we gotta learn how to have compassion for self. And that's a boundary. That's a boundary. That's pretty much like, I will never forget a story with me where I had someone I was going to make a business partner, and you know, I needed to take a step back. I needed to take a break. I needed to recuperate, because when I hang out with people too much, I'm an introvert and extrovert. So when I hang out with people too much, I get really drained. So I just needed my space. I needed my time. I didn't want to talk. And all of a sudden she took that overboard. She took that way too hard, to the point she called me a narcissist. She called me this and that. She started accusing me of things. And I literally had to set the boundary. I was like, I felt my toxic ego say, wow, she's right. She's right. I'm not good enough. Damn, I'm bad. Damn, I'm a bad person. No, I stopped myself and I'm like, I'm having too much expectations for pleasing other people when I have the right to speak my truth, even if they don't believe me. So I went from being hard on myself, having expectations and living in my toxic ego, to healthy ego, to not having an expectation, meaning that I don't care what they think of me. I don't care if she doesn't believe me. I know my truth. And then I went from setting that boundary. I'm like, you know what? Listen, I know who I am. I know what I bring to the table. I know I supported you and I loved you, and you're going to talk to me like this. It's done. I cut her off. I have no hesitation cutting people off. If it's not good for my well-being, I have no fucking hesitation. And that is a boundary. That's what sets you free. A lot of people are so worried about everyone liking them or worried about what they think of them. Did you know, boo-boo, at the end of the day, you don't even like everyone. So why care about if everyone likes you? And if you're around someone who cares a lot about what people think about them or wanting to be liked, there's a problem with them. Not something bad, but something they need to heal, because they seek too much validation. So that's the second one. The third one I want to talk about is that no attachments, bro. No attachments. I wrote more. No attachments is freedom. Allow life to be. And surrendering is a boundary that allows joy to enter. I can't get more. I'm going to get more clear on that. But it's like, I started to learn, not only with manifesting, but with myself, with life. When I stopped having expectations of how people should be, of how people should act, about how I should get treated, about what I receive, how I should receive it, and I took a step back. I wouldn't say literally take a step back. Spiritually, I take a few steps back and I look at the bigger picture. And I start to realize that, wow, I was so focused narrow focused on what I was expecting. And I was creating a blockage. It's like being in a tunnel. Like they say tunnel vision, it's like being in a tunnel. You're so secured to the point you can't allow anything in. And that's how I felt. I had too much expectations for life and myself, to the point I didn't have compassion. Excuse the background noise, you guys. To the point I didn't have compassion for myself. I didn't allow myself to see the best within myself, and to the point that I wouldn't celebrate life and I wouldn't enjoy it. And it's lifeless to not enjoy life. It's lifeless. So I started to let everything go. I started to stop worrying about how I'm going to pay my bills. I stopped worrying about, when money's going to come in. Little did I know I was dropping all of old beliefs, old programmings, spiritual residue that didn't belong within me. And I started to allow God to show me the truth. I started to allow the universe, what is best for me? And then little did I know, it was like the little tiny things of life were bringing me upliftment. As in like making my bed. As in like doing my morning meditation. As in enjoying the breeze of the air as I go within the sun and just feeling it beam on my being, and I knew it was healing me. Little things like that. I started to detach from things that I wanted and things of the past and things I've expected, and it's opened a doorway for me to see that I hope you start realizing that. You will start be able to see that life has its own way of constructing itself. We literally have a divine plan already made for us. So when we allow that plan to unfold, we allow ourselves to see the truth within ourselves and life. There's something beautiful when you let go of control and your expectations. And you just start to see that you're good enough and you're worthy without needing to prove it. And you guys, there is, like I said in the beginning, there is a difference between having unhealthy expectations of not feeling satisfied and healthy expectations of knowing that you're worthy. And that's what I want to get into, and I hope you take out of this video today, is that the only expectation you should have is that everything that you desire within your heart is divinely yours. And it's your job to have faith in that. That is a boundary, having faith in that and expecting that all that you desire will come true. All that you are is true. And knowing that you are worthy and deserving of it all. That's the whole point of a true expectation. Is trusting that the universe will deliver what you need and what you want, but not being so attached to it. Like, is it Buddha or Rumi? I don't know which one who said this, but it said attachment creates suffering and non-attachment creates freedom. That's fact, you guys. That's fact. Having expectations that things will go the way they divinely meant to, that's detachment. That creates freedom. That creates joy. You deserve joy. It's bestowed within you. God has so much fun creating us. We should have fun with the experience of life that God created for us. But it takes us to see the beauty of life. It takes us getting out the smoke, getting out that tunnel. Stop worrying, stop caring so much about the outer world, and start realizing that your inner world is the only thing that exists, and it's the very thing that controls the entire universe. So when you try to control everything and have expectations, you're not connecting with the world that creates worlds. But when you allow yourself to just flow, just be, just relax. As I'm doing that, I'm cracking my back. But that's the whole point. You allow your body to just be and yourself to just exist, and you're like, you know what? I accept. And acceptance, you guys, creates the doorway to freedom. When you accept where you are, you allow new things to flow in. Accepting is literally detachment, meaning hence letting go, and then things could just flow so swiftly. So, it's really important to create boundaries, you guys. If you're doing too much, then create a boundary. Learn how to have work and play. If you're feeling too much, going too low, and have a boundary, no, I'm worthy of happiness and joy. Let me work on, shadow work, why I feel the way that I do. But then remembering that I am love, I am joy, and I deserve everything that I want because I exist already, so that means I'm already worthy. If God woke you up today, you are worthy of absolutely everything that you want and everything that you need. But the only thing you gotta do is stop expecting how it all happens to you. Stop expecting it to go your way and start realizing that you are to have the divine right. You have the divine right to have faith that everything that you desire is already yours. So, anywho, you guys, I really hope this video helps. And if you want to get more in depth, like I said at the end of this video, I will put that video of control freaks. Chill the fuck out. But other than that, you beautiful beings, if you are looking for a personal reading, a tarot card reading, or any spiritual guidance, or anyone to talk to, just know I am here for you. I love you dearly. All my services are in the link in the description underneath this video. Until then, you beautiful beings, I adore you guys so much. Please have a blissful day, and I will see you on the next one. With bliss and love, you guys are so adored. Namaste.